What's going on, guys? I'm Kane and this is Noodle. And today we've got something that might just give you the heebie-jeebies. Alright everyone, so as the intro kind of hinted, we do have something today that a lot of people aren't going to be a fan of. But we've got quite a few new additions to the collection. And what we've got here is someone's collection I bought out. It's a small collection, but 6 tarantulas with 3 different breeds. Now, I'm not for sure if I'm going to be keeping every single one of them yet, but I'm definitely going to be keeping the majority. But we'll go ahead and go through what we've got here, and we'll start you off with some of the smaller ones. Now, this is one that I haven't questioned. I'm not sure if I want to keep. This is a Mexican black velvet tarantula. I'm not going to try to do the scientific names, but right there he is on the side. You can kind of get a view of him. And he's just a baby, or as tarantula people will say, the slinger. We'll start going through some of the other ones. Now this is what we have the majority of right here, and this is a Brazilian black. And hopefully this guy doesn't jump out of here, but he's right up here in the corner, so you can kind of see him. Again, these are just kind of some babies, so we'll go through these real quick. Now, there's no point in getting them out because they're just too small and I don't feel like fighting with them. This is another Brazilian black, just a titch bigger than the last one. These are really docile. I'm really a fan of the Brazilian blacks, so I've got a total of 4 of them, and I may be keeping all 4 of them. I haven't decided yet. This is a third of the Brazilian blacks, just a little bit bigger. And now here is one of the other breeds. So we have the 3 Brazilian blacks and the 1 Mexican black velvet. Now this one right here is one of the Goliath bird eaters. Now it's not giant yet, but it is pretty decent size, as you can see by the enclosure. Now I'm not going to get this guy out either right now, because I'm not so sure of his temperament. But you can see by the size of my finger that he's a pretty good, decent sized guy. Got a really cool terrarium. I'm kind of deciding if I want to keep him in that or maybe move him into the wall. I haven't decided yet. Those ones I'll probably keep in the containers for the time being, just to make it easier. But this last one here that I've saved for last, this is definitely my favorite and the main reason that I've got these. But I got the whole collection on a good deal, so I decided I might as well go ahead and get them, just in case I want to go into breeding. But this is also a Brazilian black, and he is a pretty chill guy. See if we can coax him out of here. I've already had him out once or twice today. I know I shouldn't get him out a bunch, but so this is him right here. He's a pretty good sized guy. He's really chill, really sweet, and he's definitely not going to be leaving the collection. We've decided on keeping him, and we've already decided on the name, so he's going to be a member of our family. This right here is going to be Big Daddy, the black Brazilian tarantula. He's pretty good size, but he's still got a little bit of growing to go. Now the males in these can live anywhere from 6 to 8 years, and the females can live up to 20 years, which is crazy for a spider. You can see he's got a pretty decent size enclosure here, but I think we're going to go ahead and move him into the wall, since we know we're going to keep him for sure. So we're going to probably go ahead and move him into one of these, so that he's a good eye level and that we can keep an eye on him. So altogether we've gotten 6 tarantulas. We've got 4 of the Brazilian blacks, which are these 4 right here, that we know we're probably going to keep all these because I would like to grow these up and maybe get a female out of them so that we can breed. And then the 2 in question, maybe you can comment down below and tell me what you think, but we've got the Mexican black velvet and we've got the Goliath bird eater. I don't know if I want to keep them yet or not, but they're here for now. So stay tuned. Alright everybody, just a random update here. So I'm going to be increasing the culture size for my Springtails and my Isopods. So what we have here is just some lump wood charcoal. I'll give it a quick rinse in the sink. I've heard that you don't have to, but I would say just go ahead and do it so it's not so messy. What you want to make sure you get here is the natural oak charcoal. And somewhere on the bag, just look and see that it says 100% natural. That way you know you're not getting anything with chemicals in it. And see, I've got a thriving culture of Springtails here. As you can see, there's quite a bit of them. So I've already got this with some water in it. I like to keep my water about 1/2 to 3/4 of the height. So we'll go ahead and dump those in there. And this will give them a lot more room to fill in. And then also, as you can see there, you can already start to see them moving around in there. That'll be a lot more space for them. While we're here though, I'm going to go ahead and throw some food in there. So for these guys, I just throw a few grains of rice in. Not many. I usually put, I don't know, just a pinch. Something like that. That'll last a good little while. And for my isopods, I've already got it mixed up as well. Now this is just some sphagnum moss, some leaf litter, some natural soil. You can get all these things at any local reptile store or your Petco or PetSmart. And for my culture, now don't hate me if I get it wrong. I think they're called Porcelios. But these are the powdered blues and oranges. So we'll go ahead and dump these over in here. Give them a little more room to expand. And for these guys, I'll let you go ahead and see here while I got them out. So you can get a quick look at them. They were definitely ready for a bigger size. These guys, you can feed them pretty much. They're really, they'll feed on most anything. I feed them turtle food because I have an abundance of it, and I know it's got calcium in it, so that's pretty good for them. I just spread some sprinkles out through there. But at the same time, we put the leaf litter in there because over time that'll break down and they'll feed on that as well. Now, I've already misted this down, so it's good to go as well. For both of these, I just drilled a few holes in the lids. You can do, like in my old one, this was one I had made. I had glued some window screen inside of it just to keep them in. But I found that they really won't come out as long as their environment is optimal. So for both of them, I'm just going to leave them open. But if you do choose to do that, you can use hot glue or super glue and glue those closed. But anyway, I thought I'd just throw that in there and let y'all get a little see of some of the cultures I have here. Alright, well, it's been a few days since we showed you the first spiders. And I've done some wheeling dealing, selling and trading around. And what I've ended up doing is I've sold 2 of the Brazilian black slings and the Mexican black velvet sling. Sold, traded, whatever. And what we've ended up with here is 3 different ones. So we've got this one right here, which is the pink toe tarantula. It's got pinkish toes and it is an arboreal. It'll definitely get bigger, and once it gets bigger it'll turn more of a bluish greenish color. This one right here is a more commonly known tarantula. This is a curly hair. Get him out so you can see him. He's definitely a good looking guy. And then our next newest one, we just picked up today, and I'm really excited about it. It is a Mexican redleg female. We can see if we can get her out of here. Alright. She's a very beautiful girl. Now we are going to have a spot for her, but for the moment being, you might recognize this as what Big Daddy was in, but currently he's not in this enclosure. So this is going to be hers temporarily until we get her upgraded to the bigger one. But for now, we'll give you a little sneak peek here. This is Big Daddy's new enclosure. I've got the other ones right there. And of course we're going to be moving some of these down to the smaller ones down there. So if you want to get an update on how I did Big Daddy's enclosure, then you're going to have to stay tuned for the next video. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed today's video. You never know what's coming next here in the Fritz Wallace home. And if you did enjoy, please be sure to like the video, comment, share, and subscribe. And stay tuned to see what we've got in store next.